We have something in Sarasota County called an Instructional Focus Guide, which we call an IFG. We used to have IFCs, which were Instructional Focus Calendars, and those were originally developed as a pacing format for teachers. And the way they were originally built was as a weekly, here's what you should have taught by this week based on subject, area, grade level, topic, and then it would have some resources. Well, our IFCs were just pretty much a paper document that gave you ideas. Then you would have to go find those resources, find those links. What we've done is we've changed it into a guide where it's not so specific to a time. And so our guides, the premise of them is we're building them on Blackboard. They'll be allowed to use these courses either as a reference for themselves to help guide their instruction, or they can use these courses with students and add and enhance them and put more interactive tools into them.
One of the challenges for us in technology is, we want our students to use dynamic content. We want them to be using all of this rich content that's available to them. But how do we allow teachers to do that in a way that's just not overwhelming? The way that we're trying to solve it is through instructional focus guides, where we tie the content back to the standard and we give it to our teachers in a format so it doesn't require a lot on their part. What we do is we take it and we hand it to them and say, here, this is yours, you can use it. So in the state of Florida, we're required to do benchmark assessments throughout the year. And really the idea is that those drive instruction for our teachers.
We have worked with our curriculum specialists to create assessments per different subject areas.
They make sure that those are tied to either the state standards or to the Common Core standards that are supposed to be tested at that time. What it means for our teachers is that instead of giving a test and 7 days later they get the results of the test, they can get immediate feedback on how their students did.
Data we get from that is then turned around within 1 day, and our teachers have access to immediate feedback regarding those testing so that we're able to drive our instruction on what we need to go forward through. So then we'll take another benchmark assessment in the middle of the year and one at the end of the year. And we really use that data to help drive what we do, and we use it to correlate to what our actual results are on our state testing.
Just as our teachers will adjust their instruction based on the formative assessment, our specialists at the county level then can go back and based on that content, we can go and we can adjust the IFG in order to meet the needs that we see based on the results coming out of these formative assessments. Doing our formative assessments using Blackboard allows us to capture data and to provide that data to our instructors immediately so that they can use that data to drive instruction.
So we use Blackboard for a lot of professional development opportunities. We're able to just meet the needs of so many more teachers by providing online courses. Our district is quite large. It's an hour drive at least from our farthest school north to the farthest school south. And sometimes finding locations for trainings, it just doesn't meet everyone's needs and somebody's always left out. So we're finding that by using Blackboard, we're able to provide so much more professional development.
The number one thing we want to give our teachers is more time. They have all sorts of things that are pulling at their time. If our teachers have to drive for 45 minutes to get to a professional development course and then they have to drive 45 minutes to get home, that's asking a lot. What we're able to do through Blackboard, we can deliver professional development opportunities so a teacher can participate from their classroom, they could participate from home if they want to, and they can cut down the time that they're using to drive to and from those things. And so we're giving them back time they can use for other things.
All of our Blackboard training at this point in time is completely online. So as teachers are getting familiar with that, we're getting ready to move other departments to professional development online as well. We're in the process of phasing everybody to Blackboard for those needs.
Blackboard allows us to put it in a format where they can take this at a time when it works for them, and we don't have to pull them away from their students and from doing the things that really are the things that we want them to be doing, which is instructing students.
For the first time, we're going to have teachers saying, why would I not want to do this? And for the first time, technology is not going to be a separate entity. It's going to be a part of every subject area.